What's the worst thing a good guy ever did in a children's movie or show? Tinkin Peter Pan is an absolute monster. She tried to get the Lost Boys to murder Wendy. The whole film is full of abhorrent morality. Lab rats. The dad/inventor kept the kids in cages, and it wasn't until he married and got a stepson that they got rescued. Then everyone was all, oh well, good times. Princess Poppy in the Trolls movie. The whole problem and everyone nearly dying was all because she couldn't accept and let someone be happy not singing and dancing. The fat controller in Thomas the Tank Engine breaking up Henry the Green Train. Sportacus and Stephanie treating Robbie Rotten badly all because he didn't want to be active. Let him live in Lazy Town in peace. Those two came to a place literally called Lazy Town and tried to force everyone to be more active and stuff. If anything, Robbie Rotten should been the hero for trying to maintain how the town should be. In High School Musical, when everyone manipulates Troy into saying he doesn't care about Gabriella at all while recording the whole thing so that she sees it. Here's my entry to help get conversation going. In the 2005 Disney movie Chicken Little, the school bully, Foxy Loxy, gets teleported by aliens and suffers brain damage resulting in a massive personality change. When the aliens move to return her to normal, Runt of the litter stops them, saying she was now perfect. It's then implied the two become romantically involved. Let's not forget Buck Cluck being a really father to Chicken Little. Fuck it, this whole movie just sucks. Mayo edit. I don't think it would be remiss to say F Buck Cluck. In Wizards of Waverly Place, the whole concept of the family wizard competition is super fucked up and immoral. Basically, when all the children of a family come of age, they compete to see who's the best wizard, and the ones who lose are stripped of their powers. Imagine if we have our kids take a vision test and blinded the ones who fail. Anyways, there was a recurring character who was friends with the main cast, who was later revealed to be leading a revolution to overthrow this system. The entire main cast labels her as evil, puts a stop to her plan, and then literally murders her at the end. Agent Black from Johnny Test casually and nonchalantly says, "I blew up Malaysia." The Cat in the Hat nearly pummeled a young child's skull with a baseball bat. In the Rapunzel TV series, there's a controversial episode in which Rapunzel, after having an argument with Eugene in which she disagrees with his advice, accidentally goes back in time to a point when Eugene was a thieving teen. During this episode, she appears as one of the Stubbington brothers and ends up changing Eugene's views in the future to match hers by the end of the show. Eugene has no idea this has even happened. It's pretty controversial, because while Rapunzel didn't mean to do it, she sort of forced a core personality change in him, and the show never really addressed the argument, because Eugene is just like, "I don't know why we were arguing before because I agree," and the end of the episode. In the 4th season of Winx Club, the main characters get a new power up, the Believix, and it is a mess. They each get a new power to use at their own discretion. Here is a quick description of what these powers let them do. 1. Strength of Life, Bloom. It lets her make people believe in magic and help them overcome their weaknesses. She decides what qualifies as a weakness. She overrides a person's free will to make them believe in magic, which just so happens to make the girls stronger, and rewrite their personality if she doesn't like it. 2. Dawn of Light, Stella. It lets her make people more cooperative and accepting. Basically, she overrides another person's free will, so they do what she says. 3. Breath of the World, Flora. It lets her make people show more appreciation for nature. Nice on paper, but it basically makes people ignore potentially more important tasks or forego certain technologies in favor of nature. 4. Bright Heart, Musa. This is actually the most normal, because aside from the usual of making people believe in magic, its only other effect is to convince people that they can change. 5. Gem of Mind, Techna. To quote the official description of this ability, she can use it to make people think correctly. I think that's enough info. She decides how people should think, and magically imposes that way of thinking onto them. 6. Spirit of Courage, Aisha. This is also very basic, the same as the first one with the added bonus of making people braver. But one use in particular rubbed me the wrong way. In one scene, she made a girl walk through a wall of fire to escape a burning building. The girl with water magic just made a girl walk through fire. The girl with water magic whose best friend is on the way to becoming an insufferable Mary Sue, and whose fire magic can extinguish any flame with a snap of her fingers. There was literally no need to endanger that girl like that. They had 2 people on scene who could have not only saved the building, but also all 6 of them could have repaired it with magic. Overall, those girls are a threat to society. They're emotionally unstable, have 0 coping mechanisms for when they get sad, and are basically demigods. Musa once saw her BF with another woman, and she just ran away crying like a kid. She has sound-based powers. She could have easily listened what they were saying. I apologize if this has already been covered, but Santa Claus is a total asshole in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I can understand the young reindeer making fun of Rudolph's red nose. Kids are mean and will easily make fun of someone for being different. But then Santa walks in. He could have set everyone straight right there, explained how it's our differences that make everyone special and all of that. No. He readily agrees with everyone that Rudolph is a lost cause, and even tells Donna he should be ashamed of his son's red nose. Da fuck. At the beginning of Megamind, when they were just school kids, Metroman is literally responsible for turning Megamind to villainy by ostracizing and bullying him. It turned out okay in the end, but it's bothersome that he never addressed or apologized for his behavior. Literally every single decision made by Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire. The third Hawkeye really had Naruto living by himself. Poor. Begging the ramen man to feed him. All this after promising his dying parents that he would take care of him. He was basically the ruler of the village and let the kid live in poverty for no reason. Land Before Time when they are sleeping in the footprint and Sarah tried to wake them up gently and quietly. Littlefoot starts being loud and attracts the sharp tooth, causing him to lose the last gift his mother ever gave him, a tree star. Mr. Krabs drove his rival, Plankton, to suicide by stalking and harassing him in a pearl costume in the one-course meal episode of SpongeBob SquarePants edit. I got tons of upvotes and an award just for lying about Krabs being a good guy. Okay. Goku giving perfect Cell goddamn sensu bean right before his emotional teenage son fought him to the death over the fate of Earth. Carly from iCarly was in a shat. Remember that episode where she is attracted to a guy because he stole his brother's motorcycle, and then he dumps him because he was not manly enough because he collects plushes? Skneeder's humor was so mean-spirited overall. Just saw an ep of Teen Titans the other day and they spent nearly a whole episode trying to escape the switch that had mind controlled them and was trying to eat them. When they finally trap her back in the cursed pie, it's a weird episode. They leave it outside the door of the teenage supervillain group so that they will get eaten. I can't frame this in any other way than attempted murder. Teen Titans don't go. As told by Ginger fucking Dodie, rather be popular and wanted than be a good friend to Ginger. The parents in Parent Trap. Let's separate our twins. Take one each and never tell our respective child that she has a sister. WTF. Edit. Thank you for the award. Very kind. The Hoss. The good guys were generally really awful to the Grinch. They bullied a child born with a birth defect so much that he ran away to live like a hermit. Then they made up stories about him to frighten children. Then when he finally tries to rejoin society they bully him even more until he finally snaps. By the end he apologizes for his behavior. But the Hoss are all like it's okay. You can't help it. You were just born bad. But now you're not so all good. F that. You cunts made him bad. Own up to how shitty your society treated him. Not sure if it counts as a children's movie, but in Man of Steel, Superman grabs one of the Kryptonians and flies him straight into a gas station, causing a huge explosion. The gas station had multiple cars parked at the pumps. In other words, Superman, who later on cries over having had to kill the villain intent on destroying his planet, straight up killed at least half a dozen people out of pure negligence, and didn't bat an eye. Hey, remember when, in Spider-Man: Far From Home, Tony Stark left a high schooler an advanced military drone system with no instructions on how to use it? Like that's a thing that shouldn't exist at all, but much less in the hands of a teenager. Edit. Why do people keep talking about the suit? That's the wrong movie. Most Jedi in the Clone Wars TV show have commit multiple war crimes, from summary execution to perfidy. Willy Wonka literally disfigured 4 kids on his factory tour. The little girl who lets out all the dinosaurs at the end of what I think is the second Jurassic World movie. The dinosaurs are about to be gassed to death or something, and they make a moral decision to let them out, since they have a right to live and survive. So the little girl lets them loose, and almost immediately, the dinosaurs are released and kill a bunch of the villains in the movie. We are supposed to cheer as the audience, I guess, that the villains are getting their comeuppance. But I mean, these dinosaurs aren't sentient or moral like humans. They weren't killing bad people, they were just killing people. And the good guys unleashed human murdering dinosaurs upon the planet. Like no shit. Within just a few short moments people died when they let them out of their cages. In the first Harry Potter, Dumbledore gets to the end of the year when they count up all the points to see who was the best house. Gryffindor are dead last and Slytherin in first place. Like literally 150 points ahead. Dumbledore announces Slytherin is the winner, but then he's like, hold up. I got a couple announcements for the final tally. Ron is good at chess, 50 points. Hermione is hell smart, 50 points. Harry is low-key the bravest guy I know, 100 points. Checks calculations. Gryffindor and Slytherin are tied. And Neville was able to have a direct conversation, 5 points. Gryffindor wins. Harry Potter being left to an own abusive family by a society of wizards has to be high up there. 16 candles. The popular guy just gives his fainted girlfriend to the nerd to abuse. And the nerd and popular guy are supposed to be the good guys and the girl the mean character. There was also the thing with the underwear. Just creepy. Batman shutting down a machine that was turning Matt Hajanaka Clayface back into a human because he was using an experimental thing stolen from his company. I never hated Batman more than that moment because Task Clayface is the most tragic fucking creature of man there ever was. Ron Perlman always made me cry when he had that first moment where he says I'm not even a man. I cry every time. In the episode he's falling apart and dying, then when he's there on the precipice of becoming human again, he can feel it. Batman tosses a batarang and cuts off the flow of the chemical. Fucking hated him for that.